Hello, everyone. Oh, gosh, I hope you're healthy and happy and blessed. I'm kind of excited about this dream that I had because it's timely. There's things going on in the world, and I just see so many confirmations. So I want to share them with you. So let's see. Let's get started. Okay, the first part of my dream, I see myself, I'm laying in a bed in a cabin next to my husband, and it's dark, it's wood walls, it's really super dark, and I feel ice cold, frozen, really, really cold, and I feel water. I reach out my hand, and there's water as high as my hand reaching out, so I sit up, and the room is flooded. There's water all around the bed. And I'm like freaking out. And there's two refrigerators right next to each other on this far left wall. So I kind of get out and wade through the water. And there's like ice chunks in the water. And the first refrigerator is fine. It's humming and working. I went to the second refrigerator and it was broken. So I think my dream, I kind of like, oh no, it's a broken refrigerator. I kind of passed it off on this broken refrigerator. But the room, the room is full of water. There's a flood. It's a flood. And it's almost waist high. As I'm standing in the middle of the room, the whole room dips forward like bows. And then it comes back up. And I settle myself down. And I'm like, and I said, that was a big earthquake. And I'm looking around, freaking out, and I see my husband still laying in the bed, and I said, "Where's Jack?" And I believe the three of us work together. We're scientists of some sort, seismologists or geologists, but we were studying these natural phenomenon. So it was happening. Whatever we were studying, it was happening. The next thing, I see us in a rowboat, my husband and I, and there's a big body of water, and I see us in the boat, and I zoom out, and I can see the little rowboats dotted in the water, all of us trying to survive, and these huge waves, like almost 30, 50, 75-foot waves, like tsunami waves, are crashing, and we're fighting these waves with this tiny little rowboat. And I said again in the rowboat, "Where is Jack?" And we're struggling, trying to get past these waves. And all of a sudden, my consciousness, it was like if we were in the Atlantic Ocean, we were far right as far as the U.S. is, and then I see myself going across America, across the states, and it's dry, so I'm just going across all the states super fast, and I stop in New Mexico, and I see this huge crack in the ground, and I stop, and I look at the crack, and it's arid and dry, and just like cactus and sparse, nothing around, desert, and I said again, "Where is Jack?" And there's in the crack, I look down into this crack in the earth, and I find deep, like miles down, my consciousness goes down. And so it's not me, it's not a physical body. And in the earth, I see a man, and he's sitting down, and he's in the crack where it's split, deep down. And he's sitting down next to like boulders and rocks, and he's shaking, he's terrified, and his legs are off to the side, and he's looking off to the side, and his eyes are like huge marbles. And I just remember thinking, I think this was Jack, and he looked terrified, and that's what I was saying in my dream. And then I heard my voice say, "I'm in New Mexico, and the ground is cracking." And that was the end of the dream. Okay, so going to the beginning of the dream, there's water, so there must have been a flood, and there's ice. And just 2 days ago, today's July 13th, I believe. And a few days ago, a huge iceberg broke off in Antarctica, and they were expecting it to break off, but not as soon as it did. And so there's ice in the water, quote unquote. There's ice in the water, and in my dream, I dreamt that there was ice in the water, and it was freezing cold. So I thought that was interesting. Then the second thing is all this amount of water, and the third thing was the wave. These tsunami waves, this huge wave, and we were fighting this to get away from these waves of water. So there was another natural disaster. This earthquake I felt when we were in the cabin. Then I zoomed to inland to New Mexico, and I saw a crack. Well, okay, in Mexico, I believe it was August of 2014. I found all this on Bing. There was a crack in the earth in Mexico, not New Mexico, and it's huge. It's a half-mile long, and I think it's a half-mile long, and I don't even know how deep, 30 or so feet deep, something like that. And they just thought it was a phenomenon, and that's the picture you're seeing now. Is a picture of that crack in the ground, which I thought was amazing. You know, it happened before my dream, but it was all tied up. So there was all these natural disasters I saw, and they were just one after another, just boom, boom, boom. Well, the last thing I'll leave you with, I don't want to make another long video, but the last thing I'll leave you with was, where's Jack? I said it 3 times. When we were in the cabin, I asked where Jack was, and then the rowboat, I asked where Jack was, and then when I was at the crack of the ground, my consciousness was asking where Jack was. So I looked up the word Jack, the name Jack, and it's like a nickname for John, Bing says, but then Hebrew for John is God is gracious. And I thought that was beautiful. So maybe I was asking in my dream, I was praying in my dream, when I was asking, where's Jack? Maybe I was asking, where is the grace of God? Like I was praying, where God, we need you. We need your grace to save us. So I don't know, but I thought that was interesting, the grace of God. So whatever your mind, whatever you think, please let me know and leave comments. I just thought it was very interesting, and I hope you are well and happy and blessed, and I pray that you keep fighting, because Jesus is fighting for you. He loves you, and so do I. Take care.